Evening all, my name is Jamie. Today I'm going to make a short video about how to use Call Manager's AXL web service to perform different tasks, extracting information from the database. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, learn how to do it basically, and then it come along in my job that I needed to know how to do it to perform a certain task. So I've learned quite a lot. I must admit, I struggled to find information on the internet, or at least videos to kind of help me. I just wanted to watch a video and just sort of, take a shortcut rather than do loads of studying, but I ended up having to do lots of reading to get to this stage where I can use this AXL web service to extract information from the Call Manager. I was quite impressed, to be fair. So what this video is just going to show us is how to do that. We'll just download the files we need from the Call Manager. We use this third-party tool called SoapUI, which is brilliant. It constructs all the XML you need to run against the Call Manager, and then we'll just create a simple PowerShell script which allows us to extract the information from the database. I think that's what we're going to do now. So first I'm just going to show you where to download the AXL toolkit. So if we just go onto the Call Manager and go to Application and Plugins, then when the page loads, we've got this Cisco AXL toolkit in here. And when I've downloaded it, you've got this schema folder. If you go in there, pick your version of Call Manager, and then we've got these XSD and WSDL files. Particularly, I believe it's this one that we need. Well, we'll find out for definite in a minute. So I just want to show you next this SoapUI tool, which is brilliant. So we just go to soapui.org and you've got the download button. All we want is the free version. This is good enough for us to achieve what we need to achieve, which is helping us construct the XML, which is brilliant. That was the hardest thing I found, to be honest with you. Before this, I was like, I've got all of the definitions in this file, but I didn't know how to properly construct it, and I had to read through this kind of document here, this XML schema document. So if we look at, say, for example, getLine, which is not returning anything. Well, let's just find, there we go. getLine, say, no, we don't want that. Let's have a look for getLine group. getLine group. But someone's shouting there, it's there, it's there. There it is. So if we click on that, let's say I want to get the line group and the members of the line group. I'm looking at this and I'm like, what are you going on about? It doesn't really mean much to me. It looks children. Okay, does that mean I can, give a name or give an identifier as well? And then if I click on that, it kind of shows me how to construct it. But to me, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so I've read somewhere about this SoapUI, and it is absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to load the SoapUI, which I installed earlier, the free version that we talked about. So I'll just load this SoapUI. I need a new computer. It's getting a bit old, this. Would have expected it to have opened by now. Come on. Sorry guys, this is a bit slow. I'm hoping it's not broke. Look at this hanging. I don't like the look of that. I'm known for being quite impatient. There you go, look at that. I'm too impatient. We're not bothered about that. So what we want to do, let's just close this project that I made earlier. Don't want to save it. Let's close this one as well. Yeah, go away. Let's make a new SOAP project. So we give it a name. So Call Manager 12, right? This initial WSDL, well, that's that file from here, the API. So we just go and find that. Okay, browse. Let's open that folder, and there it is, the API. Okay, let's just open that, and then we just press OK. Loading definitions. So what we seen in this web page a minute ago where we looked at this schema reference. We just open it with all these different methods. That's all those methods in that text file. So you're thinking, okay, I want to find out the directory numbers that are part of a particular line group, right? So let's still have a look at get. Let's have a look at line group. Here we are. So we click on that. There we are. There's a request. So we put the username in here for the call manager. Put the password underneath. Okay. We double click on request, and it constructs everything that's in that schema file. I mean, awesome. So all we've got to do at the top is just put the IP address of the server. Okay. Type in the name of the. So if you see here, you've got body, get line group, the name, a particular database ID for that line group as well, and then return tags, everything that that you can have returned. Then you can, if you don't want to see it, you can just chop it out. So you'll see what I mean in a second. Notice it says this as well. You have a choice of 2 items at this level. So let's just comment this one out. Okay. And in the name, I know I called it line group -test -11111. I've been updating the name previously and I couldn't think of anything, so I'll just shove loads of ones on the end. So hit play on this. I mean, I'm hoping this is gonna work. Otherwise, my whole video is a disaster. Although we could live troubleshoot it. No, can't really be bothered. There we are. Look at all that information returned. So we've got the ID of the line group. We've got its distribution algorithm. We've got its timeout. What to do on a no answer or busy or not available. So then you've got the members. You've got the unique ID of the member, the directory numbers and unique ID, and then the pattern, which is the actual directory number. That's brilliant. So then you look to the left and you think, well, what don't I want to see? So I'll tell you what, let's just chop out, let's have a look, what can we chop out? Hunt algorithm bit. Let's just cut it out. Okay, just press play. There you go, we just chopped a bit out. So if you think about this, this is the XML that we're going to put into PowerShell to create our script to get the information. Just before I do that, I just wanted to show you a fault that I come across in this, in these XSD files. So I done a hump, I think it was hump pilot. Let me just have a look. So we go into hump pilot and do a new request. I just open up call manager, click plugins. Let's just do call routing and route plan report. Let's just return all the information I want from the phone system. I can't remember the name of the hump pilot. It's probably called HL-test-1, but we'll just play it safe. We'll do a route plan report and have a look at everything that's returned. So I'm sorry about the speed of this computer. HL-test-1 with no dashes. Okay, let's just take a copy of that name. So here we are. So we got this hump pilot. I don't believe it's that one. Yeah, this is it. So we just paste the name in there. I just got comment the UUID out. You can't leave both choices in. It's either one or the other. I found as well. So we hit play on this. It's probably going to make me out to be a line out. It's just going to work, and if it does, we'll move on. Let's just have a look. Error getting response. I didn't put in the new server name. And because we created a new request, I didn't copy any of the usernames or passwords over. So we just do a new request. I believe we should see it. Error. It was erroring for me the other day, and it was driving me mad. I couldn't work out what the problem was in the end. I just figured it out. I just chopped all this up until I found what the problem was. It's like it's come up here, union value question does not match any members of integer in namespace. Integer, beg your pardon, in namespace. It was this one here. See where it says selection order? We just comment that out and just press play again. There we go. You've got your hunt list name. You've got the call manager that it's registered with. And there we are. That's the name over there. And you can literally just chop and change, you know, what information you want to retrieve. I mean, one of my ones that I'm probably going to use is when you want to change the phone mask. You can do get phone. I mean, it's just brilliant. The amount of information you can get is phenomenal. What we're looking at here is just get requests, but it's completely the same process for an update request. You just fill in the name and what value you want to send to the server, and that's it. So you can sort of do a lot of admin tasks quite easily. It'd be a bit more efficient. So just take the name of this device, put the device name in there. Let's just comment this out. There's probably a button somewhere which just automatically comments lines out for you. I've seen that in Java and other like IDEs, but I suppose this is not an IDE, is it? So we do this. We just hit play on that. Let's see how lucky we are. Even if this doesn't work, I'm going to move on anyway. Ah, oh, look at this. I mean, I'll fix this up. This is an easy one. Let's try again. Let's see how lucky we are. See, it says error getting response. That's how I knew I made a mistake there. Dog. Look at all that information. Brilliant. There's your speed dial information. So you don't have to write any SQL commands. Like in that AXL file that I downloaded, when I first downloaded this ages ago. Let's just see what it is. Oh, I can't remember, sorry, but there was like a script on how to do a database change, and I was like, oh wow, I'm not messing around, you know, writing SQL queries. And I'd seen this, but I didn't know how to use it, but now I do, and I'm like, I'm all over this. So if we just take this one for example, which is like get a line group, and we'll get this particular line group. So we'll write some PowerShell. So honestly, this isn't that difficult. So we'll just put our credentials for the phone server into a file. Okay, so we just get that credential. Let's just write an if statement around it, because I don't want to be prompted every time we run the script. I made a mistake there, haven't I? Oh yeah, let's close that and open it. Okay, let's have a look then. So, okay, we'll make a quick function. So what do I mean? Get phone stuff or whatever. Get phone stuff. I find it quite sort of sensible just to pass in a parameter in the beginning. Otherwise, you end up chasing your tail later on to try and sort of tidy up all your coding, even when you're playing. I mean, let's there's the string, and then what we're wanting to, so we're just writing line group, you know, what we're testing for. I suppose. Let's have a look. How are we looking? It's just complaining because it hasn't got a close bracket there. So one thing as well that happens is when you run this later on to get the information from the call manager, it complains about the certificate. So we'll just, yeah, we'll skip that. Well, we're just adding in this. I wrote some notes. Service point manager. You know, I've seen lots of long scripts how to do this, and now you can just do it with one line. I believe it's good, yeah. I think maybe we can just move that out. Well, let's just leave it there. It doesn't matter, does it? So we've created a function. We're passing in the line group parameter, and we're saying ignore any certificate errors. So then we'll do our little AXL thing. So this is our XML. All that XML that exists here. I'll just copy that, and I'm just gonna make just a variable to store it in. So we do AXL equals that. So I do have something written on another screen here on my other computer, but I just wanted to kind of just write it out, to be honest. Let's just make a little array. Okay, and then this is the bit where we paste in all of that information that we just copied into the clipboard from behind, and where we've got the line group that name there, all we'll do is just change that to a variable here. That's it. Okay, so we've got, let me just put that in a new line like that, and then just chop that. So we're going to dump this into result. So result for our line group, and then we're going to do an invoke request, invoke web request. I've seen lots of other ways to sort of do this, but this is the cleanest that I could find, to be honest. Char set, yeah, headers, and this is just where we say what version of Call Manager we're running. I think I've done these need to be dots. Yeah, that's right. And quote, comma, accept equals. It'd probably been easier just to copy it, but it's often on another computer. So let's put our body in as well. Let's have a look. And we missed a quote there. Huh. Minus body. So this is the XML that we've written above. The AXL stuff. URI, so the server. /AXL service. Method, we're going to post it. There we are. I love this IntelliSense. You can make a session variable, but we're only writing one line, so I don't believe we need to be honest. Credential. So let's put in our cred we made above. Okay. And then let's just create this other variable that we need. XML content for our line group, okay. We're going to declare, from what I can see, the type of data that's being returned. Result.content. Okay, and then if we return it, then when we call the function, then we can return, the remaining data. This return bit, this is where we're looking in this little envelope here and returning that information, so we can follow it down: envelope, body, get line response, return, line group, members, member, for example. Members, member, directory number, and pattern. So it's just dots all the way down. So if we just do this, dot envelope I said, didn't I? Okay, it doesn't help because I'm a bit silly in spelling. So envelope, body, get line group response, I'm not sure if the title case actually matters, to be honest. There you go. Let's give that a whirl. So then if we call our method, I think it's just gonna, well, first off we'll ask for credentials, and then we'll pass in our parameter. So we have that line group, and we do lg-test-1111. Let's try this. Let's see how successful we are, or how much of a failure I'm about to be. So it's asking for the credentials. Sound. Paste in. Waiting patiently. Oh no, look at this. It didn't like the true statements. I haven't put in the dollar. And if you notice, when you don't do that command, this is what you get. The underlying connection was closed. Could not establish a trust relationship for the SSL TLS. So we just whack that in. Oops. Let's try again. I mean, my server's quite slow, but I suspect on proper hardware these responses are pretty much instant, to be fair. Like, there we are. There's the numbers of all the phones that are in that line group test. We've just done that in PowerShell. So depending on what your admin task is, you could have a little GUI. So you could quite easily wrap it around in a GUI, to be honest. I was playing earlier with this website called Posh GUI, which I was trying to find something that could help me generate PowerShell code. Well, PowerShell form code. So literally just go, okay, let's put a text box on there, let's put a label on there, let's put a button on there, let's have a look, another text box as well, just for our output, just to play with. And we could just say the label here, name, enter, line. Oh, that's the name of the label, line group. Let's have a look. Appearance, text, enter, line group, name. And we'll just call this text box 1, that's fine. Button, leave as button 1, but we'll change the text as text to search. Have a look. And we got text box 2 here for our output. You can make it a multi-line as well. There's that multi-layout. Here we are. No. Huh. I don't know. Oh well, I don't know. So we've got the code. We can sort of just copy and paste the code. I mean, I won't put all the code that we've just done in the background, but I think there's one thing you've got to do. Form.show dialog. If you don't do that, then the window doesn't show. And if you just play it, look at that. And all you've got to do is put like a little, I don't know, some code to kind of capture the button press and take the text from here. Does your search on the call manager and outputs your results here. Brilliant. So I've learned quite a lot over the past couple of days, past week, and I just thought I'd share it with everybody online. I don't believe there's anything else I needed to show, so I hope you find this video useful. Bye bye.